asked him what he wanted, and the question wasn't meant as a "what do you want right now," but bigger, deeper. Will didn't know how he knew that, but he did. This creature wanted to understand something about him. He could only tell the truth, because he thought that if he lied up here among the clouds, he might not live long enough to watch the fall as his body plummeted back to Earth, landing with such force that he would end up as little more than a bloody gel. "I used to know, but I don't think I do anymore. I used to want to make sure that things like you didn't get a start on our planet. I used to want to keep things safe for others." "And now?" she said. He couldn't tell her that he wanted to live, because that wasn't necessarily the truth, or the whole truth. Wrigley lived, but what kind of life? And in the end, that was his fault. So was it life he sought in total, or something else? Was it redemption? "I don't know," he said. "A lot of things, maybe. Or nothing." The alien looked at him with eyes that no doubt had seen things Will couldn't imagine, eyes that probably looked at his singular life the same as he would an ant's. Disposable, inconsequential, tiny to the point of less than insignificant. Yet she didn't move. Will wondered what she thought, wondered if she believed him, or if she thought him playing coy. Fear didn't run through him, not exactly, though he realized that coyness would kill him. He told her the truth, hoping that she would see it, hoping that it would be enough. "What is the man in your ear's name?" God bless, it was enough. "Marks," Will said. She nodded slightly. "Marks." She whispered his name, and then, speaking louder, she said, "What do you want?" Again, the eerie calm came through the earpiece to Will. It was as if nothing Marks saw right now bothered him in the least, as if the man was simply describing to someone how to fix a broken faucet. "I want to meet you." A smile bloomed on the alien's face, brilliant like the sun, and the color around Will spread out, allowing him to feel her happiness. A sick happiness, though, like a tumor smiling. "Are you the one in charge, the one who sent those men to kill me with the machines?" "I'm in charge," Marks said. "Good," the alien said. "I think we should meet, too." Will watched as a piece of the green turned into a point, then moved to aim at his face. He wanted to scream, because in that instant he understood what was to happen. It came too quick for him to really notice, though. He couldn't even breathe. Wrigley's eyes were open. For the first time in over a decade, she opened them and could see the world around her. It wasn't just the images on the television screen. She had been able to see the physical world during her lengthy sleep, of course. But her interpretation of those images changed now. It wasn't that she saw Marks sitting on the couch across from her, but that she saw him as a separate entity now. Before, he had been a god figure, something to be feared and respected. But now she saw him as only a man, one that happened to be across the room from her. She didn't fear him anymore. She only wanted to get away because she had things to do. Will was on the television, or rather, what Will was staring at. He looked directly into the thing's face, a mask of green and yet eerily human qualities. Wrigley recognized, though, that it didn't matter if this thing was human or not. Beauty radiated off it, off her, and Wrigley found it hard to pull her eyes away because of that beauty. This thing was more than just an alien. That wasn't the only reason everyone in the room was held with rapture, because even through the television, Wrigley sensed the striking power, the allure, the sense of right. Wrigley thought, briefly, that it was like looking at some dominant king 500 years ago, caught up in his greatness. That summed it up, that word. Greatness. Something men thought they saw in each other, but until now, none held a clue as to what the word actually meant. Wrigley looked over to Marks, wanting to know if he saw the same thing. He stared at the screen as if it held the secret to eternal life. To Wrigley, she couldn't tell if he was even breathing. His stillness so total, but his eyes so alive. They danced like a bug's legs after flying onto one of those blue zapper lamps. Was this his lamp? This thing on television? The alien's words filled up the room as she asked Marks what he wanted. Wrigley didn't look to the television, but watched Marks as he picked up the radio on his lap, putting it to his lips. She didn't listen to what he said, because she didn't care. She didn't care what he wanted at all anymore. She was only concerned with how he acted.